prisoners see you treating somebody else properly without having to resort to reckless violence, they respect that. What people on the street in America see is an untrained, I'm flabbergasted at how poorly trained the American police are. It's all armored cars, overwhelming force, but of course that comes from the top. We don't have, there was an attempt to do it here with police and crime commissioners to politicize the police, put them under some sort of political control. It hasn't really happened here because the police here don't want political control.
Good as well.
So it's the chief constable, who's a professional police officer, who controls what happens. Yes, of course, instructions will come down from the top, from politicians to do this, but it's it's the chief constable that actually decides how to do it. The politicians might say, this is the outcome we desire, but he's the man that controls the police. Whereas in America, you've got state governors, political appointees, or not appointees, political, democratically elected state governors, but they then they put their own people in positions of control of police. The chief of police is a political appointment that mayors in big cities and what have you appoint the chief of police. They're not policemen who've worked their way up. They are political appointees. So your police service, or as they call it over there, their police force, is doing the political will of people in power. And you look at Trump's, he just wanted to use force from day one when the looting starts, the shooting starts. What message does that send out? But I'm just flabbergasted, totally flabbergasted, when I watch what the police in America do, how they deal with situations of crowd control and what have you. And I just look at it and I think, that's just counterproductive. When will they learn? You mentioned the American Army. They learned in Vietnam, hearts and minds. We learned in Northern Ireland eventually, hearts and minds. If for everybody you abuse, mistreat, what have you, they'll go back to their family, and their family will then, think, well, you can't trust the police. You can't. The military, the Americans learned it in Vietnam, and that's why now they don't go in with this overwhelming force. They use force when it's necessary to, but they will try and engage with local officials, and that's the thing that they're very good at now. But the police in America never learned that.
Have you got much experience with the UK police and sort of from the other side of that?
Yeah, I have a lot of experience. When I got further up the ranks in the prison service, because I ended up as a governor group, and I did a lot of work with senior police officers, not so much with the copper in the street, but with senior police officers. And you would do a lot of contingency planning with the police, the emergency services, all the rest of it. And you got to learn people's views on things and how and I know that the police are very, very keen to be seen as for the public, from the public. And there's always the need to, sometimes you have to meet force with force. And there's always that need. But the imperative is there to keep that to a minimum. Whereas in America, it just seems to be use force first,